how to use MaxKB to build a question answering system. So now this is my current setup for MaxKB here. I'll run this on English translation for now. As you can see, we have a couple of things. We have our application, our knowledge base, and our system settings, where we have everything running here. For now, we can ignore this and head on to the building step here. So over the course of this, we'll be using Ollama, Llama 3, and MaxKB. You can actually substitute Llama 3 for any other Ollama model you want, but I'll be using Llama 3 just because it's a lot easier to use. So the first thing we do here is we deploy Ollama. Ollama supports quite a lot of platforms here. So what you want to do is you want to go to github.com/Ollama/Ollama, where you can naturally go and get your Ollama stuff. You can download it from macOS or Windows, or you can use the Linux downloads here. And really, it's a pretty simple procedure where it just automatically installs for macOS, Windows, and or Linux. There's also an official Ollama Docker image. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to run once you finish downloading here, you're going to want to run Ollama run llama 3. Here I've already run it, so you can see it's running here. I will say something like hi. It will run through and we'll finish doing this. Ollama supports all the models available on ollama.com/library. You know, all this stuff, yada yada. You can also customize and whatever, but we'll just not bother with that for now. Now the next thing you want to do is run llama 3. Again, you do Ollama run llama 3. It downloads 4.7 gigabytes and the first time, and then just doesn't do anything. Next you do deploy MaxKB. Now it's a pretty long command here, so you run docker run d name --name equals maxkb -p 8080:8080 /v/lib/postgresql/data space 1panel/maxkb. Or I will likely just leave this command in the description if I remember to, but if not, here's a very slow view of the entire thing. Feel free to pause the video to just copy all this down. One thing you will need during this is Docker. Here I'm using Docker Desktop because it's simply convenient. Now I'm not actually using the Ollama Docker image, even though I have it here. I'm just running MaxKB on port 8080. You can see now that MaxKB 8080, once you arrive there, it will prompt you to log in. If you go to their github.com/onepanel-dev/maxkb, in their documentation you can find their username is admin, and the password is maxkb@123 ... Once you're in, you can of course change the password to something more reasonable or something that you like more. And once it's done, you should be in a page similar to this with slightly less stuff. So now you can do some things here. For example, let's suppose you want to go to the website. You can do a couple of things here. You can have a knowledge base. In this case, let's call this knowledge base. I do wonder what will be an appropriate thing to do the knowledge on. Let's just do Hershey's. We can see the Hershey's website here, and we can actually import the entire website as a database. So I'm going to be honest with you, I have no idea what I'm naming this. Once you're done, it will import the website to get the data, and it should be complete now. You can see it's success and it's on. So now we'll go to the application page, the first tab here. I'm running on auto translate, so it's probably going to show up in Chinese for you. Let's call this one Choco GPT. It's a chocolate. You know what? GPT is not even the right word for it. Yeah, chocolate llama. Choco llama. We're going to select a simple configuration here. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we start here. We select an AI model. I'm going to add a new one just to show you how to do it. We select Ollama. We give this one a llama. We give this one a name. Let's call Llama 3. Large language models. We select the model we're using. For the API domain name, it's kind of weird, but no matter what you do, it's always going to be http host.docker.internal:11434. You don't actually need an API key for Ollama, so we'll just type whatever we want here. In this case, I'll just call it Llama. We click add. We've added it here. Here's the one we just added. And here you can see that it's currently functioning. Now the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to go to the parameter settings here and go to the last one. This last one, it's not translating, but this is basically a hybrid search function for the data use, which makes it more accurate, and we'll select our database. We can have multiple databases, multiple websites, but for now we're only going to import the Hershey's one. Finally, there's a problem optimization, which lets it use the previous chat to improve the later ones. You can see here that it's querying our knowledge database, which is the chocolate factory, the Hershey's website, and now Choco Llama is perfectly functioning. I think I probably should have picked something a little more obscure for it to run. But as you can see, it's functioning pretty well here. Of course, you can have multiple of these. Here's the public URL. There's a API key here to get its API stuff. You can, if you open this to the public, you can also check how many people are using it, how many questions, how many tokens, etc. have been used. And finally, there's a sort of setting here where you can limit how many things you want to do. There's a sort of, you can whitelist domains if you only want this to be accessible to your, for example, your internal organization. You can limit the amount of queries per day, and so on. Once you're done, of course, you can log out, or you can choose not to. I mean, it's running on localhost anyway. If you just want this to run on a local device, there's no real reason to log out. Of course, you can change the password here. And third tab from the top, you can see various things here. You can add members of the group to get them to log in. You have some model settings here. You can add more models from various sources. Here this tutorial is mostly about Ollama, but you can, for example, get an OpenAI ChatGPT key, or something from Gemini, or another Azure OpenAI. You can also set up things like your email in here to get information from there. Once you're done running the system, of course, you can just shut down the Docker container from here, click stop, and it will stop. And once you're ready for it to run again, you can click play, you can click start again, and it will automatically start. If you have any problems with the host here, just be sure you don't have any other containers running on 8080 since that is a very, very popular port. And of course, there's one last thing I want to cover, which is that if you so choose, you can upload your own documents here. Now that I'm running the translate again, you can upload your own text files here, which allows you to sort of customize things. In fact, you can select and you can drop an entire folder in here at the same time if you have a large number of documents that, for example, your organization is using. And overall, that should be everything important about this MaxKB application. This was Patrick, and thank you for watching.